Thought the Idaho Hillbilly might get a kick out of this. Here we are in Tullahoma, Tennessee at Lowe's, and thought I'd show what the 2x4s are that I got here at Lowe's to build my chicken pen. So it's just a shout out to the Idaho Hillbilly. See you, buddy. Well, how y'all doing? This right here is my combination chicken coop and chicken tractor. It's called a chicken tractor because you can move it. It's called a chicken coop because that's where you keep your chickens. Well, what I done here is I had to do something quick, fast, and in a hurry. I got these little chickens about a week ago, and they were bigger than your day-old chicks. They was probably a week old. They was already trying to fly away from Tractor Supply, you know, up out of them galvanized watering troughs. Well, guy says, I said, what do you take for all of them? He said, I'll take 50 cents a piece. I said, all righty then. So I ended up getting me 35 little chicks for 50 cents a piece. And then I was there a few days later and he had some ducks. He had some little bitty, cute little bitty ducks. And then he had these others, these pecans, which had done started getting big, and they're not as cute. They don't have the cute factor, so they don't sell as easily. So I bought 6 ducks for $2.50 a piece, and that's about half price. I like pekin ducks. They're pretty, they don't fly away. They lay eggs. You can hatch the eggs. You can eat the eggs. But what I want to do, I'm going to walk you around this thing to show you how cheap I made it. Now, what I did initially, I did everything wrong. I got the chickens before I got them a place to sleep. So I had to really jump through my butt that day. And what I did is I took me a pallet and some pallet boards from another one and just nailed them right on top of them existing, the empty spaces. And that became the actual place they'd walk. And then I took some pallet boards and stuck them straight up around that pallet, screwed them in place, and then just wrapped some chicken wire around it. And that was 4-foot wire, so I didn't have to worry about them getting out. So that's where I kept them until I built this. Well, let me show this to you a little bit better. I have to give a shout out to my old buddy, the Idaho Hillbilly, because I was showing off this lumber that I got at Lowe's here in Tennessee, and I was showing it to him. I said, "Go and build me a chicken tractor with this." He said, "Lord, don't let them chickens shit on that wood," because, let's see, where is it? There we go. Find it for you. Yeah. Premium Idaho forest. So, Idaho Hillbilly, here's what I did. I built it and I put the wire on the inside. So there, now the chickens can't walk on your wood, on your Idaho wood and poop on it. Except maybe over there by the door. But knowing that I'm sitting here with, 35 chickens, and this thing is this is 8 foot long, 5 foot wide. And I says to myself, I said, self, that's not enough ground space for 35 birds, not counting 6 ducks. So what I did is I put these 2 pallets in here. Let me go back here to the back and see it's like they got them a split level home. So you can have some on the ground, some on that first pallet, and some on that second pallet. And it works quite well. And as you can see, I've actually got the little chickens in there on top pallet. When I open the door, I'll put some feed up there, and that teaches them that they can get all the way up yonder. So that way they can roost up there if they like. Also, I don't know if you're aware of it, but chickens prefer a flat surface to perch on. A 2x4 set flat in your chicken coop is better than a round stick. they can't rest as well. Like, you know, they can lock their claws on it or their feet on it, but they're more comfortable with a flat area. So I'm using pallets for their perches. And this is movable. And what you can see here is we got a 5/8 inch bolt going through that 2x4 there. This is one of them little $4 tire and wheels from Harbor Freight. And it's got a 5/8 bolt going through it for an axle. And you see this point right here. Well, all I'll do is I'll grab that 2x4 right there, and I will pull it this way, and it will come right on over and then lock against that 2x4 block, cut at an angle, and then I push this around the yard anywhere I want to. I'm thinking about coming over here, maybe on these two corners, and actually putting, you know, like you're on a trailer, that trailer tongue jack. I'm thinking about putting one on this corner and one on that corner, where I could just run that wheel down, and then this entire thing would be up off the ground and nothing touching the ground except the four wheels. That'd make it a little easier maneuver, I think. And I wanted to show you here on my door, what I did is I built it originally using 4 hinges, and you know, because it's just a 1/2 inch piece of plywood, and it's, you know, 4 foot tall. And I was noticing that whenever I would open up that door to feed or water them chickens, oh Lord have mercy, they come running at me and try to get out. So I cut this thing in half, made it like a Dutch door. There, right there. Well, because I had gone ahead and put 4 hinges to prevent warpage of that thin door, this works out perfect. So I don't even open the bottom, I just open the top. Of course, they try to get out the top too, but it ain't as bad. And on the top here, what I did is I ran me a 2x4 straight down the middle and had some what I call 2x4 wire. The holes in the wire make spaces 2 inches by 4 inches. Let me get up here and get a close up so you can see that. See, that's about 4 inches right there and about 2 inches this way. So I just call it 2x4 wire. 2x4 welded wire. And I put that on top, and the reason I did that then is I didn't have to put any rafters up there just to hold that tin in place. And I had some used tin left over from the previous owner here, so I laid me up a sheet of tin down one side, nailed it down on the side here, did the same thing on the other side, and then I put me a piece right smack dab down the middle, and this will divert the water off of it. And nailed it down on both ends, and you know, it's only got a handful of nails in it, but it ain't going nowhere. Another thing, I guess you noticed my tarp there. If you can see, I've got these little sheetrock screws or all-purpose screws in here. What I do in the evenings is I put this blue tarp. That one goes on that corner, and then I've got another one to go on this side, and that gets them out of the wind. So that's the purpose for that. So that's why I say it's a chicken tractor and coop combination, because it's actually a movable chicken coop. We'll be building something better later. But all this didn't cost too much to build. I bought a 50-foot roll of wire. Of course, I got plenty of wire left. And what's on top of it was scrap. The 2x4s I bought, they were about $2.75 a piece. Hinges, a couple, you know, a few dollars. But it didn't take a whole lot of money to build this whole thing. Like I say, it's 5 foot by 8 foot. And the chicks seem to like it. They sure ain't complaining. And what's so nice is I move them every day. I move them every day to a new spot where they get fresh grass to scratch on and just have a big time. Of course, that many chicks is probably too many to leave the thing in place for full 24 hours. As you can see, like right here, that's where I left them. That's where I just moved them from a few minutes ago. And that'll recover pretty quick. Get a little rain on it. But the idea is you just move this from one spot to the next, and they've got fresh greens, they got bugs and worms to scratch up and dig, and you don't get an accumulation of chicken shit in one spot. That way it don't stink. So they'll be right here today, or maybe all the way up till this evening, and then I'll just move them another 8 feet right down the side of the garden. And I got plenty of room for them out here, so we'll just march them all over this yard. Well, I hope that right there is give you an idea on a chicken coop, a chicken tractor. I sure do like messing with these little old birds. They're cute, and if you ever need entertainment, or if you think your day just couldn't get no worse, get you a chair, get you a cup of coffee or cold beer, get something to drink, and sit outside and watch your chickens. They'll make you laugh. They're the most comical creature in the world, I think. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed seeing my little chicken tractor. And I just want to tell y'all folks, I really appreciate you watching my videos and subscribing. It means a lot to me. It don't cost you a thing in the world, but I sure appreciate it when I see subscribers. We have a drawing. Every time I hit another 500 subscribers, I have a drawing for a t-shirt. Says I like doing it cheap. Love to send you one. Get in there and subscribe, and you'll be entered. All right. Well, folks, I want all of you to have a wonderful day and a better tomorrow. Bye. Oh, them things make me laugh. Oh.